Hello guys, it is Gate of Theories here, and today the finale of High School Musical, the series, Season 2 finally dropped. And whether you loved Season 1 or Season 2, the one thing everyone is now wondering about is what will happen in Season 3. What will be the musical? Who will return? And most importantly, will Miss Jen finally get her happy ending with Mr. Mazzara? So today we're going to be theorizing about what could happen in Season 3 and wondering whether it will beat Season 1 and 2. But before we go any further, I am issuing a massive spoiler warning for the finale of Season 2 in this video. You have been warned, and before we go any further, just make sure that you click that red subscribe button down below and have your notifications turned on so that you get notified every time we make any brand new High School Musical videos. So, firstly, will there actually be a Season 3 of High School Musical, the series? The simple answer is yes. Officially, it hasn't been confirmed, but there are many reasons as to why there will be, which we are going to be getting into in this video. But the main reason being this show is successful. Like, extremely successful. Like, there's a reason why Disney Plus launched with this show as a selling point. And not to mention, the end of Season 2 left many unanswered questions that will most likely be answered in Season 3. So, when can we expect this season? Well, Season 1 came out in November 2019 as a launch show for Disney Plus, and then Season 2 was supposed to come out in November 2020, but was pushed back to May 2021 instead due to the pandemic. So, depending on the filming, we could see Season 3 as early as November 2021, but more likely May 2022, as that would be a year on from Season 2, but would also fit up with the summer term dates which the season is most likely going to be following. Speaking of which, what is the plot of this season actually going to be about? In other words, what musical will it be? Now, it's probably just a given at this point that the season will focus on the summer production at East High. It means that characters like EJ can stay as they're not too old, and Miss Jen basically confirmed it at the end of Season 2. However, it will mean that if you rewatch it, these characters will have grown dramatically in a year if we're looking at continuity. I already find it funny how much the characters change from Season 1 to 2. Imagine how much they will have changed by Season 3. It's 1 year in the show, but it's around 3 to 4 years in real life. So, the biggest mystery so far is what will the next musical be? Now, I know some people absolutely hate the fact that the show didn't do High School Musical 2 for Season 2, but then again, I've always saw it as a positive that they didn't, because if they had, it would have meant that everyone would be playing the same characters again, like Nini and Ricky as the main two, and no room for people like Courtney and Big Red to join in. It would just get boring after a while. Plus, then we'd have the problem of Season 3 dealing with High School Musical 3, and then that would just basically be the end of the show. So, I'm glad that they did change the musical for Season 2, but maybe the original name just doesn't fit since it literally has the words High School Musical in the title. But anyway, the chances of High School Musical 2 being the next musical is very unlikely, considering in Season 2 we got a bunch of High School Musical 2 songs, and I don't think they'd want to repeat them for Season 3. What's more likely is in Season 3 we get a bunch of High School Musical 3 songs, along with original songs and songs with whatever musical it is, just like how they did it this year. That way, they're still expanding the show while still keeping it to the original source material of the High School Musical films. That being said though, High School Musical 3 isn't off the table if they did want to return the shows to its roots. The creator of the series, Tim Fadell, has said in an interview, choosing the musical for the show is hard because there are so many possibilities. You can go way off, you can go High School Musical 3, you can create a new musical. If the show follows the same pattern that they did with Beauty and the Beast, we could expect a Disney classic again, something like Cinderella or Aladdin. The most likely one so far is The Little Mermaid, since Beauty and the Beast was mentioned in Season 1, then we got it, and The Little Mermaid was North High's original production before they changed it, so it's likely that that could be happening again in Season 3. But I honestly think the most likely one, and the one that I'm hoping for, is the idea of East High creating their very own musical. Because, like, otherwise, what are they really aiming for? They've already done the competition format, and they've already done the acting scout format as well. There isn't really much else to do with theatre apart from devising their own. This also means that we can finally see other characters like Gina playing the main role in the musical, and I'm just really hoping for once that Ricky isn't the main role again. Like, if Nini was reduced to a fork again, Ricky can be too. And East High creating their own musical is also likely, considering Tim Fadell has also said, I think at the end of the day, the music is a really cool storytelling component of the show. Kinda just says there and then that these characters use music to get their point across, kind of like the Rose song and Let You Go in this season. Plus, if they do create their own musical, this will also work so well with Nini and her character too. There's been a lot of speculation recently of whether Olivia Rodrigo would return because, you know, she's currently the biggest pop star on the planet right now, so you would think she'd leave the show to focus purely on her music. Well, thankfully, it looks like Olivia will be staying at least for the next few years due to her telling The Guardian in May 2021 that she is committed to High School Musical for 2 more years. In other words, she'll definitely be in Season 3 and possibly Season 4 as well. And it looks like Nini is going to be following Olivia in a sense by trying to get big in music. In Season 2, she started her Instagram account, and now in Season 3, she's most likely going to be working with Jamie and producing songs. And what better way to start that than by writing your very own songs for East High's very own musical. The only thing that would make me doubt whether Nini is returning is at the end, where in the bloopers we saw Olivia crying and everyone gathering around her. Now, she could just be crying because it's the end of the season, or it could be because she is leaving. I think either way, we shouldn't be shocked if she gets slightly less to do next season, and I think having her go off with Jamie is a good way for that to happen. But I really don't want that simply because Olivia brings the best songs, in my opinion, to this show. I think it's safe to say that in Season 3, everyone is most likely returning. Nini, Ricky, Gina, EJ, Carlos, Seb, Ashlyn, Big Red, Courtney, Howie, Natalie, Miss Jen, Mr. Mazzara, Mike, and North High's Lily and Antoine, but I doubt they'll remain foes with East High for much longer. We can probably also expect Jordan Fisher's Jamie to be returning because of the Nini cliffhanger, and I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't bring Jack back for an episode just because everyone loved seeing Asher Angel and Sophia Wiley again together. And then, as usual, there's probably going to be new characters introduced as well. But, as we've seen from Season 1 and 2, this show isn't really about the musical, but rather the characters' relationships with one another. In Season 3, I think it's safe to say Nini is going to be focusing on herself and her music career without letting a boy distract her mind. But I wouldn't be surprised if a new love interest sparks up, but I think it's safe to say that Nini and Ricky are definitely over for the time being. Ricky and Lily, however, have been hinting that there might be something there. I'm not sure how the show is going to go about that since Lily did sabotage East High's production, but a Lily and Ricky friendship at least could then bring Lily and Antoine in with the East High family. As for Ricky and Gina, there's no chance of that anymore because we finally have Portwell official. I think Gina and EJ are going to be this season's main couple focus, but they'll probably be given a lot of challenges in their relationship. Either way though, Season 3 will definitely see them get together and maybe give us the kiss we've been wanting. I'm still not forgiving Season 2 finale for that. But as for the other characters, I think it's safe to say Miss Jen will battle between Mike and Mr. Mazzara, but choose Mr. Mazzara in the end so he stays at East High. Carlos and Seb, I think, will stay the same as they always have done. If there is any drama between them, it will just be small. And Courtney and Howie will most likely grow their brand new relationship. The only ones I'm not sure about is Big Red and Ashlyn. Don't get me wrong, I like them both as characters and they're a good couple, but I feel like they definitely need something to test them, else they're just going to become boring very quickly. So far, they've been good with only like one hiccup of Ashlyn planning out Big Red's career, but what I'm hoping for is at least they will have to deal with something that puts their relationship to the test. Maybe break up, maybe not, but I just want something to test these characters, else it is just going to be the same as Season 2. But there is one thing we can say for definite about Season 3, and that is that Natalie Bagley will start it and end it as she always epically does. But anyway, guys, that is the end of the video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, make sure that you smash that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Guys, let me know down below in the comments, what are you most looking forward to about season 3 of High School Musical, the musical, the series? Who do you think is going to be in it? What do you think is going to happen? Guys, I want to hear all your thoughts about what you think the musical will be. I'm really hoping on the idea of them creating their own musical, because the songs from the show are just absolutely incredible. I'd love to see it. But do you reckon they might just go for another Disney movie? Maybe they'll go for like a Disney Channel original movie? Who knows? But let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments, and what your final thoughts on season 2 were in the end. And as always, we've been here at Gate of Theories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.
I was wrong to say